Hey guys, another little quick tutorial. I recently had the job of upgrading a couple of my existing apps to the latest version of Cocos2d, and it's not an entirely obvious process how you go about installing a new version of Cocos2d for iPhone inside of one of your projects when you've already been using an earlier version. So here I'll just go through that. There's some other approaches. You can Google around on the web. Give this one a try. Maybe you'll find it easier to use. Seemed to work all right for me. Alright, so the place I go to learn about whether I need to pull down a new update is I actually go to the main blog of Cocos2d, and at that location you'll find these posts about when the new coordinated releases are coming out. Of course, the thing that I'm interested in is Cocos2d for iPhone, and also the coordinated Cocos builder that goes with that. This very latest one, Cocos2d, has come out of release candidate, and it's going to be version 2.1. So we'll just scroll down and find out where that is. There it is right there. So we're going to download that file. So here I am on my terminal program, and I just need to untar that. So So in this latest release, it's just come out into Cocos2d iPhone. So here we are in the new release. And the standard way to install Cocos, if you've never had it before, is to actually run this install templates. Now, if you've already got Cocos installed, you're going to have to supply the -F for force switch, which will force the script to overwrite your existing templates. By default, it won't do that. So we supply that there, and it's going to copy all of the template code over into your library directory so that you can create new projects with it. Now, the issue with actually getting your existing projects updated is that here we are with our Cocos2d, and we kind of have the code all kind of sprinkled around. You want that folder, you want this one, and like down in here you've got CASMath. So it's a little bit higgledy-piggledy as to where stuff is. So a good technique for actually upgrading is just simply to go into Xcode, and now that you've got the new templates, create a new project, and you want to choose Cocos2dX, which is your new Cocos that you just installed, and go next. And we're going to call this new version update. Okay, so that's now given me a libs directory here with the licenses and all of the projects in the correct spot. So now I'm going to quit out of Xcode. Let's see, so I've got my project that I just created called new version update. Inside of here we're going to have our libs directory. I've previously done a tutorial about how to create a Cocos2d ARC enabled project. Have a look through there, because I give a couple of hints about how to lay out the directory structure so that you get a nice structure that actually makes it a lot easier to build your project. So here what I'm going to do is upgrade my Lua tutorial project, which is using an earlier version of Cocos. And as per my ARC enabled tutorial, what I've actually done is put my Cocos libraries inside of this libs folder underneath a special Cocos. And the reason for that folder, that special folder, is that it just makes it a little bit more obvious about where I need to go when I'm upgrading to a new version. So you can see the mapping here. This is what I want to do. I want to upgrade this library directory to this structure. And at least what it's done by creating this project, this upgrade project, is at least it's got our CAS math and everything all at the same level. So now what we want to do is simply upgrade this libs folder to look like our upgraded folder here. But what I'm going to do in order to achieve that is actually rename this one, and that way we've got a rollback path. Rollback is great, guys. If you've ever worked with databases, you always want to give yourself an option for going back to previous version. So I'm just going to change this to my old folder. So that's what I'm going to roll back to if I need to, if I can't use the new version, if my project doesn't work. And I'm going to take this folder here and I'm going to option copy that over into my project like that. And now we shall see what we shall see when we try to build it. Okay, so the first thing is that it's pretty likely that some of the project files that used to exist inside of your Cocos have actually been modified. So we see that there, we've got some things that have changed. What I'm looking for here is any files that are in red. That would indicate that the guys over at the Cocos2d project have actually removed a file. The other thing that's more likely, given that we've got a new version, is that what's happened is they've actually added some new files. So let's have a look for that. So we'll go and we will choose Add Files, and it's already chosen our Cocos group because we had this group folder mapped to our on disk folder. And now we're looking through here. You see everything's in grey. That means that Xcode already knows about that. But see here, we've now got some new files that are not added to our Cocos install. So I'm just going to select those, and those are the only ones that there are. Double check that we're adding it to our Cocos2d library target. Since, as I mentioned, I've used this technique where I create a static library. Again, check my earlier tutorial for using ARC and creating a static library. Make sure you've got that static library target checked there. No need to copy it because it's already there, and that shouldn't make any difference. So we're just going to add those files in. Okay, so now, with any luck, we'll see if our project actually compiles and runs. Okay, so in this case, the CT font manager has been introduced as a dependency, so we will have to upgrade that. We need to add the core text framework. So this might happen as well when you're upgrading. There might be some new dependencies introduced. So let's see if it's fixed that. Okay, so we're golden. All right, guys, I hope that helps next time you have to upgrade, and happy hacking on your Cocos2d projects.